Alright, so I can turn that music down now that he's done talking. And I have to read. Now, our next target is Mugio. A couple years, you forget how it's pronounced. Its gate is already sealed, and it looks like they intend to keep it that way. This won't go as easily as our battle in Flagare. And Skrimir yawned. The orc are all the same. We will run them down, just as before. No big deal, no problem. Skrimir, please, listen. Just this once.
So he's the mother of the group, apparently.
Yeah. He's supposed to be keeping Skrimir under control, and he's not one to want to be under control.
How's that feel like?
What do you think, Soren? The Flagare survivors will have warned Mugio of our advance. That's so obvious, even you must have anticipated it. You don't have a plan? Do not mock me, Bjork boy. Why should I bother with plans? No soldier would cower behind stone walls after being challenged to a battle.
Yes,
we will issue a challenge, and they will meet it. We have no need for plans. Do you realize how completely absurd you sound? The enemy did not build the fortress so they could stand outside of it. They will not come out of their own accord. But those Bjork cowards, they will hide from us? What do we do? I do not know how to fight cowards. Don't you get it? That's what we're trying to decide. Think, Skrimir. Just try. Yeah, think. Please think. No, that's your job, Ranulf. You're my second in command. Think of a way for me to use my strength. Anything else is a waste of time. I'll be training outside. Tell me when you have a plan. He's a great leader. Wait, Skrimir.
No, he's not.
Thank God he's, not in charge of the country yet. Or the tribe. Yet. This is ridiculous.
Oh, boy.
I'm amazed that someone was desperate enough to make that fool a general.
Are we referring to Ike still?
Huh?
Are we still talking about Ike?
No, we're talking about Skrimir.
Okay. Good, then my comment makes sense.
Okay. I'm tempted to agree with you on that, but there's a reason he's here. Never in its history has Gallia invaded another country. We don't have any experience or tactics to fall back on for this. On top of that, our general, well, you've seen it yourself. Skrimir, he doesn't pay attention to details, nor does he strategize. Sadly, it's not just Skrimir. Most Lagoos are the same. They're arrogant and stubborn. It doesn't even occur to them that they won't be able to power through the Bjork forever. Why isn't Knagus leading the army? It's not an option. We aren't mobile like the bird tribes. Once we leave our lands, it isn't easy for us to get back. We can't take our king away from his domain. Well, what about Gifka then? There have to be other capable generals in Gallia. Yeah, you'd think General Gifka would lead, because Gifka's awesome. But Gifka has other duties to attend to, so really, that just leaves Skrimir. So Gifka is also called the King's Shadow. Tactics 101, exactly.
Trying to keep the chat moving a little bit.
There you go, thank you. I understand.
It does make it
choose
so
their
much
leaders based on strength. If Skrimir is to be the next king, this war is the best opportunity for him to learn about strategy. If he'll learn, is my point. Exactly. Since that's the case, we need all the help we can get. Please, lend us your wisdom. Without your help, this war's outcome is certain. You can count on us, Ranulf. We've told you already, we're here to help. Soren, say something!
Yes?
Well, looks like your strategist isn't fond of Lagoos just yet. And for those that don't know or missed the previous conversation, and an aside before I say that, I love Renolf's eyes because they don't usually show them, and he has one pink eye and one really kind of teal eye, and I just think that's really cool. And then we have Soren, and Soren is a very odd character all of himself, and I talked about this, I think, in this previous stream or the one before that. It gets to run together after a while. So if you look at Soren's forehead, he has this little tattoo type thing on his head. And it's so funny to me that no one ever mentions it or talks about it or says, oh, hey, Soren, you've got this tattoo on your head or this thing on your forehead. What is that? Or, because they're not shy about asking about anything else, God knows. His friends, even the people who've known him, we have never, in any of the games I've played, seen anyone comment on it at all, ever.
Really?
Never.
Oh, I thought you said, when you said Soren say something, I was half listening, so I thought you said Thorn say something. So I did.
No, I'm sorry. No one ever says anything about Soren's little mark tattoo on his head. And we learned in this game, and at the end of the other game and earlier, I mean, it's come up, but never with Soren specifically, to my memory. Tattoo, I'm calling it a tattoo, that's not what it is, but it means that he has Legu's blood in him. And he is looked down upon by people who have that mark, are looked down upon both sides. They're looked down on by the Legus as not being pure blood Legus, and by the Bjork. So they can't win. So unfortunately for Soren, it's right smack dab in the middle of his forehead. He does not make any effort to hide it with his hair, but yet no one ever comments on it. Conversely, on the other side of this story...
do you really want, hey, let me point out this very obvious thing in the middle of your face?
Yeah, no one ever says anything, though. You'd think that somebody would, especially, they're saying, well, if people see this, they know what it is, but we've never encountered this with Soren. So, conversely, we have Micaiah. And Micaiah also has a similar mark, but her mark is on her hand. And she wears gloves to keep it covered. But one of the Legus that helped them out earlier, Maureen, was also very attuned to the fact, not that he saw she had the mark, but that she doesn't age, and that she's a lot older than she appears. And so she showed him her mark because he knew why this was happening. So anyway, I just bring it up because I find it's interesting how it's becoming a thing. People see Micaiah doing certain things, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's, she used sacrifice and she has to hide her powers and she's like evil or something like that, until now she's helping people, and then they're kind of on this. Never comes up with Soren. And I know that was a huge rabbit hole, but I'm pointing it out yet again. I will try not to do it again until it becomes permanent.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, Renolf. He's gotten better, but Soren, Renolf helped us out. On top of that, he's our client. It's our turn to return the favor, and our job to do it right. Got that? Fine, but it'll cost you more. Thanks, all of you. We appreciate the help. Give me some time to myself. I'll come up with a plan to get us through this mess. Great. We're counting on you, Soren. I know. I'll do what I can.